Welcome back to the channel. Let's jump into the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find. Let's go. Okay, what do I got? Okay, we're starting off with this garbage. It looks cool, but it's garbage nonetheless. The reason why it's garbage is because of those white things, okay? Why are we relying on white ever? As a tattooer, honestly, I think it's one of the more shameful things to do. Like if you're a tattooer and you're like, I'm gonna commit to doing white tattoos on people, I go, one, you're a dick for putting people through that much pain for what doesn't look good. And then two, you're just like kind of selling someone alive. So we see right there on the back of his head, we're like, oh, some of that white looks good. Most of it looks bad, and we cannot tell what it is except for the fact that it's white. Like, truly, some of those things that are in the hairline, which you could just be like, hey, they're in the hairline, you're like, what shape is it making? Explain it to me. Tell me, what shapes are those? What's going on there? Nothing? Oh, you see it's white? Oh, because the detail there is off. And you know that if it was in black, you'd see it, right? Like, you understand that. You know, if you're a person who really loves white tattoos, you cannot tell me what that looks like, okay? You just know its shapes, you know it exists, and you know it's white. It's bad tattooing, it's fundamentally flawed, and people sell it to make tattoos look different than everyone else's, but they're the only ones who will put white in because they're the only ones who don't care whether it looks good or not. And the other stuff, like the blue tattoo thing on the neck, like, yes, it looks good now, but like those light blues and those variations are not gonna look good for very long. What you're gonna end up with is a blue blob. A blue blob. It's this very cool blue blob. What's a blue blob? That, in 5 years. On to the next. On to the next. Forward and onward. Alex Lloyd tattoo. Let me see Alex Lloyd's tattoo. I don't know him. I just see that he is getting a robot tattoo. Getting a robo tat? It's a robotic. It's a robo tat. Come on, Alex Lloyd. Is it Alex Lloyd double L? Alex Lloyd. Alex Lloyd tattoo. He works at Bang Bang and his tats are relatively nice. My favorite, not really, but you know what? That doesn't matter because they are good. I hope Alex Lloyd is the first to lose his job when robots take over. They're going to take your job. So since Black Dot, which is like one of those robotic tattoo companies, went on to Shark Tank, they've been getting a little bit more adventurous. They're trying to get out there more. They got kind of like crapped on by a bunch of us tatfluencer people who talk about tattoos. All we did was talk crap about Black Dot for a few months. And now they're kind of rebranding. They're getting back out there. They are partnering up with Bang Bang, who I just think is an absolute clown. I'm gonna be very careful how I talk about these people. You know why? Because I don't trust them. They are the type of people that I feel would sue you if you say something that kind of is borderline. So I'm gonna talk really lightly. What can I say about a person without them suing me? Okay, in my opinion, Bang Bang is a douche. So it says, I have to be opinion based, okay? Like I cannot be saying what any of these things. So, okay, so in my opinion, everybody who does anything within robotic tattooing is a douche and they suck. In my opinion, they feel like the type of people who would do anything for $1. That is kind of the opinion I have about douchebag, robo-tatter people. That's my opinion. You know, those robo-tats are working with Bang Bang, a person who, in my opinion, sucks. I think Alex Lloyd, in my opinion, don't know him, sucks. Would probably stab a puppy in order to make $1, in my opinion. But that's more of a parody, which also you shouldn't be able to sue me for. So, yeah. I think all the people who attach themselves to this robo stuff are perfectly capable of doing anything else with their time and with their money, and they could do something way amazing in tattooing, but instead they sell their soul to anything that will pay them a paycheck. Okay, so it says first session of a full front torso Medusa tat. Okay, so right off the bat, that's a smart tattooer. A smart tatter, okay? Is that Angelina Jolie? Okay, this guy is a clown for getting Angelina Jolie. It looks like Angelina Jolie from what I'm seeing. But look, the tattooer is very smart. Look, in tattooing, a lot of times we do these like big pieces and people will sometimes not come back to us, right? Like, you know, you do a back piece. The amount of back pieces that I have that are unfinished, off the top of my head, is probably about 6 or 7. The amount of front pieces, like stomach tattoos that are completely unfinished, at least 12. Look, people don't like to get their tattoos finished, especially when they're in painful spots. And if I was doing a Medusa on a face and I wanted to ensure that my client comes back, you just do part of the face and make it look real dumb, okay? That's how you do it, guys. That's how you ensure that that guy's gonna come back for a tatty, okay? And that guy is coming back for a tat, okay? He's gonna finish that tattoo because it looks dumb at this current place. Right here, right here, dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. You have to go and finish it now, dude. Yeah, that's a good way of ensuring this client comes back.
I just got tired.
It's 4th of July. I should be enjoying a day off, but I'm here with you clowns, okay? No, I'm just kidding. Love you guys. On to the next.
What's up, guys? So these pictures that you're seeing here were sent by my client today. He's having an allergic reaction to the second skin, or what some people call sanoderm, okay? So this generally happens to people who have more fair or lighter skin and who happen to have sensitive skin as well. So you'll notice that he has a few little bumps. They look like pimples. It usually starts looking like redness around the bandage.
Okay, I'm gonna freeze it right here. Mostly because if I go another moment of listening to this, I think we'd be wasting our time. Because in tattooing, a lot of people get allergic reactions to all sorts of stuff. I was tattooing a kid the other day, doing a full leg sleeve on this jabroni. He uses, Lubriderm or Vino, and he was lathering it on his leg, and we're working on a full leg sleeve. And the whole leg is now like in a weird place because like he put too much on, and now he's getting pimples everywhere. It's breaking out. It's looking gross. Look, when people get tattoos, they usually apply the same ointment, the same lotion, or in some cases, second skin on, and your body starts to kind of like reject those things eventually. Like if you just keep using the same thing time and time again, like I've been tattooing that kid's leg sleeve for 4 weeks, so like every couple weeks he's putting on a ton of crap onto it. His leg's just tired of that crap going into its skin, so it's starting to reject it. Now, in this case, it's second skin, which the person's body is just tired of the second skin on it, so it's like, yeah, reject this, break out, do all these things. I don't know. There's something about bodies like you start to learn when it comes to tattooing, like any foreign thing you put on the body, it's gonna start rejecting it if you keep doing it, okay? Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, especially if you have an open wound and you're just putting crap on it, your body's gonna be like, no more of this, dude. You're putting too much crap on me. Just let it go. I use second skin every couple years. It's fine with me. Totally works out fine. I don't like it for my clients at all, ever. I never recommend it for them, but for me it works out well, so I don't mind it at all. But yeah, whenever you're getting a tattoo and you're, especially big arm sleeves, leg sleeves, be cautious. Whatever you're doing in the beginning, you might have to change halfway through. Next. So it says 2 weeks healed. Holy crap balls. I can't tell what that redness thing is. The eye looks like trash. The flower looks like trash. We have more of that pink red crap at the bottom. Dude, this is why you don't outline in color, but this is an especially bad version of the outline in color. I like watching dwarfs do stuff. Look, you can kind of zoom in on some of this red stuff and be like, oh crap. You can see that they like hammered it in so much that there's white actually coming out, and that's actually scarring. This is bad tattooing, just bad tattooing. That's it. Bad tattooing, and they tried to put red or a pink or something, peach even maybe. I can't tell what color they tried to put into the skin, but it looks like it. That looks rough. Rough, rough, rough. On to the next.
All you hear is Harleys.
Did it hurt?
No.
It didn't hurt?
No.
No way. That looks like it hurt like hell.
All you hear is Harleys. Okay, that's an actually pretty good ear tattoo. It looks nice. It's in the skin. Chances are it's gonna blow out and become a big black blob. But hey, that's the risk you run with ear tattoos. Yeah, I bet it looks smudgy and blown out, but that's just what happens. It's a Harley rider, dude. You think a Harley guy cares about whether his ear looks like a big blob of crap? Like someone took a little dookie on the ear? We have another ear tattoo. We'll see it. A little bit of Indian music. Wow. Stupid. Stoops. Okay, first off, there's parts that are here, parts that are here, and parts that are here. And if you look at any other angle, completely wrong. You have to look at this like exact angle for it to look right. And so that guy better keep his head in this, he better get a neck brace that only holds his face like this, or else he's got just like a bad, stupid tattoo. People are like, what's that squiggly line on your ear? And then the squiggly line on your neck, and then the squiggly line on your face, because none of them connect because you're an idiot. Yeah, I don't know what would possess someone to be so stupid to get such a dumb looking snake tattoo. Honestly, also, snakes that are this small look like worms to me. Like, unless you're a bass fisherman, I don't think you should ever have a worm tattooed on your face. It's a cartoon bad face I don't know, dude. Sometimes I go in my head and I'm like, how do I rationalize these bad, stupid, dumb decisions that people get tattooed on them? And I'm like, Kirk, you're getting dumber. Every moment you try and rationalize a dumb tattoo, you are getting dumber. And I have to be like, I need your help. I'm struggling here. I am getting dumber by the moment, and I do not know how to course correct. I'm like a lost little boy in the sea of stupid, and I'm getting stupider by the moment. Next. Okay, so this is a cartridge that you could fill up with whatever ink you want, and it makes the job of tattooing so much easier. Okay, we all know I'm gonna hate this. Obviously, it's some gimmicky garbage. I'm like, dude, just dip. Dude, God. Like what's it, why? Just make robots do it. Just make robots do it. Be like, it could save so much more time. Tattooers are totally gonna just be like, I'm done. I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna make the art, and the tattoo machine's gonna do the work for me because the act of tattooing is just too hard. Tattooers are so lazy. Until we're screen printing tattoos onto people's skin, they won't be happy, dude. We're just gonna make adjustments. Like, soon I'm not gonna have to take a poop. Like, right? It's just gonna like vacuum out of my turd hole. Like, any way tattooers can try and make this stuff easy, they're gonna do it. This is one of the dumber things. And honestly, like, I'm not Mr. Conservative guy, like conservation guy. I'm not Mr. Conservation guy, but it does seem like a waste of plastic. Like that's a lot of plastic to just save like half, realistically, a minute throughout the 3-hour, 4-hour tattoo. So stupid, but like a lot of plastic. And tattooers already waste a lot of plastic. Not more than In-N-Out or whatever company, more than McDonald's or whatever. But like we do waste a lot of plastic. Save the planet one cartridge at a time. Next. Okay, it says, giving myself bloody knuckles. This tat was done by a crackhead many years ago. Oh, he tattooed himself many years ago, and now he's not a crackhead. Good for him. I'm repacking it with black with a 27 round mag and a 45 round, what's a RM? Oh, okay. RM, round mag. I always use the term curved mag. What's the difference? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was like tripping. Where's this guy from? Johnny Tattoo? Huh, weird. Okay, he's calling it a round mag. I would almost always call it a curved mag. I've never even thought of it as a round mag. That sounds stupid in my head because we already have round shaders, so it's like, I don't know, double using the terminology. But okay, so he says that I am using a 27 round mag, also known as curved mag, or a 45 round mag. Tomorrow I'm redoing the borderline on my wrist, followed from more self-mutilation. Okay, couple things. One, That tattoo looks dumb, okay? Maybe it's time for laser, dude, not a redo. Sometimes as tatters, I'm always like, tattooers definitely have bad tattoos. It's definitely part of like, we have bad tattoos. But man, you got skeleton hands, I'm for sure not getting tattooed by you. I'm trying to think of what company would call, I'm doing some stuff. I'm gonna find it. What company would call it a curved mag, a round mag? Yeah, I'm looking. I don't know. Where are you getting supplies at that you're calling it a round mag? RM. But yeah, either way, this is a bad looking tattoo. I don't like when tattooers tattoo themselves. Look, okay, I think if a tattooer is tattooing themselves, I just kind of go like, that's goofy. I'm like, especially your hand, like, I just think in tattooing, like, there's so many rad tattooers in this world, and you can't find a million other things to put on your hand. Instead, you put like this dumb black scum. Bro, I'm not getting tattooed by a guy who tattoos himself regularly at all. And I've gotten in fights with tattooers who have said, and they have been upset at me. But that's the truth. I've known a handful of tattooers that were like, hey, well, I tattoo myself. And I go, I don't like you. I don't. I'm like, I don't get it. You're involved in such a cool trade and you think you do the best tattoos, so much so that you need to wear your own tattoos? Like, you are out of your mind, dude. Yeah, I've gotten in fights with all sorts of tattooers after they've heard me say that. I'm like, there was one time I defended a guy who tattooed himself and it was on an experimental thing and it looked phenomenal. Other than that, if you're a tatter and you're tattooing yourself regularly, you're a goof. Next, this is a busted Polynesian tat. Okay, I did a little bit of deep diving into this tatter and it's clear to me that there's someone who does not know what they're looking at. Unless you do Polynesian tattoos, you can't do Polynesian tattoos. Like it would take me a lot of time to study some Polynesian armbands, okay, before I ever did one, and I could do one a bajillion times better than this. If you're a young tatter, tattoos like this shouldn't happen. You should say no more often, truly. Someone walks into my shop, they're like, hey, I'm on a Polynesian armband around my arm. And like one, it looks so stupid next to that, the name shield thingamabob, what is it called? You can tell how much I hate British and art. Yeah, the shield above it. It looks goofy having a Polynesian and the shield next to each other. But yeah, like someone comes into my shop and they're like, yeah, I want this bound in the arm. And I'll be like, no, I'm not doing it. Either I'm not doing it or I'm not doing it well. And I'll tell you, I'll be like, it's gonna look like crap. I'll do it, but it's gonna look like crap. And it's like trying to get like something perfect in this area with like muscles and things. Nah, dude, not looking good. On to the next. Sorry if you didn't like that call out, but like I did 3 minutes of research and that was the first thing that popped in my head. Next. Okay, we got a freehand, free machine tattoo. And at first I was like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna do. I wonder what they're gonna tattoo that I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh. Lightning, dude. Lightning? You're making a reel about free machining it, free balling it, and you're doing a lightning? Of all things to be impressed. Like, look, if you're gonna show me you're doing like, look at me, look how good I am at tattooing that I don't even need a stencil. I don't even need to draw something on. I'm free machining it, which is a stupid term anyways. And you're doing lightning? You're a clown and I'm gonna make fun of you. Tell me that this tattoo wouldn't look better with just like the roughest of tiny, like I could literally be like, achoo! Oh, yeah, that looks good. Like, dude, we could have a seizure halfway through this drawing and sketch on the skin, and it would look better than this free machine crap, dude. I'm gonna be like, it would look better, okay? Just draw it on the skin, you clown. God, and not only that, one of the best parts of this is that the tattooer is like, he literally has a phone while he's drawing it on. He's like, gotta get this lightning to look like lightning. Come on, dude. That's not free machining it. That's stupid and dumb, okay? Tattooers, goofballs. In case you don't know what free machine means, that means where like there's just no stencil, There's no, you didn't draw any, it's just blank canvas, the dorkiest term ever used for human beings, and a tattoo that you gotta do. Like, you just go for it, okay? That's what it means, it's dumb. Let's listen to this guy.
So I'll be the first to admit that it sucks that apprenticeships are broken in the tattoo industry. It sucks. It shouldn't be that way, but it is that way, right? And so you have all these old heads complaining about how untrained scratchers are getting into the industry, but then they don't want to teach people or bring people into the industry. And we are in the era of learn it online, and there are tons of really reputable, amazing tattoo artists who will teach you how to tattoo online these days, who have actually pretty freaking awesome courses. Like, if y'all have heard of Ben Fisher, or like that crazy like Boye guy, like Boye, like, oh my gosh, the guy who does like the super crazy, like almost goth biomechanical, like, dude, amazing, crazy artist. What's that girl from I can never remember her name, but the painter from Ink Masters? She's got her own course, and I'm sorry, like, anybody who talks about not using black.
Okay, so first off, it's not a tattoo industry. I will fight this. I've had to fight this multiple times in recent times. Look, if you're a tattooer, you are not part of the tattoo industry. You're a consumer. You are a consumer of the tattoo industry. If you are a tattooer, you're in the trade of tattooing. Now, if you own a supply company or you own an ink company, fine. You could be like, I'm part of the tattoo industry. Beautiful. That is the difference. I don't know why people are always like talking about tattoo industry like they're involved in it. It's like, no, you're not. You're not. You're a tattooer. You're part of the trade. Subtle difference, but is a huge thing that drives me crazy, because I'm like, if you're a tattoo artist, content creator guy, and you want to talk online about tattooing, you better understand what you're talking about when it comes to tattooing. You don't know the difference between an industry and a trade, and you're trying to tell me you know something about the trade? You don't know crap, dude, okay? But second off, look, tattoo apprenticeships are not broken. They might have just never worked in the beginning. They might not be good. I don't know. They're kind of okay. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. I really don't care. I went through my apprenticeship, son. No. The thing is that a lot of people don't understand is that apprenticeships are actually just really hard. They're really hard to do right. They're really hard to go through. They just kind of suck to begin with. And in tattooing, we've always had people who were self-taught anyways. So like, you know, I kind of feel this like tattooers who belong will find a way to belong, you know? And the rest will not make enough money and they'll have to go get a second job and they suck in, you know, whatever. Of all the things in tattooing, apprenticeships in this part of it, like, seems like one of the lesser important things. Like, I know a lot of people who have had amazing apprenticeships. I know a handful who have had bad ones. And I'm like, that's a pretty good hit-miss ratio. Like 50-50, you know? Honestly, I'm gonna throw a little bit of shade on this guy and be like, hey dude, industry, trade, you know nothing about it. The tattooing I see is not good, okay? It's weak. It's weak, very weak. There's not much of a difference between him and someone who learned online from Ben Fisher. Weak. Next.
This is just a PSA that if you think fine line ages like crap, 1, you didn't go to a fine line specialist, 2, your skin doesn't hold ink well, or 3, you just don't like fine line, and that's okay. Because my hand, some of these tattoos are 3 years, 2.5, 3 years old, and I have not gotten any of them touched up. This is exactly what I wanted, this is exactly what I asked for, and this is exactly what she delivered. So.
Okay, so looking at her hand, it's exactly what I'd expect a hand to look like, done with fine line. She might love it, which is good. I'm happy for her. But like, this is one of those scenarios where someone shows me some tattoos they have and I'm like, ooh doggy, you got some flaws in there. You got some issues, okay? Like what she's really saying is like, if you say fine line tattoos look like crap, it means that you didn't go to someone who knows how to tattoo fine line, or tattoos just don't heal well in your skin, or you don't really like fine line tattoos, and what liking fine line tattoos is really just looking at tattoos that look like crap for the rest of your life. Because like that's what it means to like fine line tattoos, is that you're gonna have little things that are blown out and other ones that don't really show up, and for the next 100 years, you're just gonna have to look at some smudgy turds, and that's what it means to like fine line. No, I mean like truly, like go look at that hand, pause it. We'll pause it here too. On the N, the upside down N, parts of it are completely falling away, scratchy looking. On other parts of that like word thing, it looks nice and blown out. Her fingers, the double stars, one is faded, one is blown out. This part's down here, all the stars and crap, like a lot of it looks like crap, dude. And she's like trying to prove a point. This is one of those things like when people come into my shop and they ask me to do something, I'll look at their tattoos and I'll be like, if they really start pushing back, I'm gonna be like, see that mistake that they made on you? That's what I'm trying to prevent. And like, in my head, I'm like, oh, she likes fine line tattoos because she likes bad looking tattoos. Yeah, this happens so much, especially in the fine line space. I'll be like, hey, just so you know, like there's like a certain size that I have to like go down to, or else like some of the things, they look kind of rough and they look bad. And then they go like, well, over here, they were able to do it. And I go, over there, that actually is, there's a lot of mistakes in that tattoo. So I know that you love that tattoo, which is great because it's on you. You should love the tattoo. And if you want me to make the same mistakes as the tattooer before you, for sure, I'll do it too. But just so you know, like there's a lot of flaws in that tattoo. And then they always like crumble away. And I'm like, dude, you want to talk? You want to talk big game? You want to talk big game? I'll come after you, dude. I'll talk. We'll talk. I'll tell you right to your face that there's mistakes in your tattoos. If you want to talk about my tattoos and say that there's mistakes in it, go for it. Don't bother me. You don't like my tattoos? Thank God. Doesn't care. I don't care. I'll talk crap on my tattoos too. People are always like, how dare you talk about my tattoos? And I'm like, you got it, okay? You weren't born with that crap, okay? That was a choice. That was a choice. And in today's world, choices are open to talk crap on. I didn't make you get some crappy lettering on your hand because it looks like crap, okay? So don't talk about tattoos like you know. Can't cuss on this channel anymore. Don't talk about tattoos like you know crap about tattoos when you got crap tats, okay? It's funny, I just keep watching it and being like, so what she delivered was crap. And that was exactly what you wanted, which is fine. And then you're surprised that people don't like your tattoos? That's exactly. Next.
You're never gonna believe how much I was just quoted for this tattoo. So when I requested the quote,
Okay, I want some patience on this one, guys. I was coming in hot. I was ready to dish out the Kirk pain. Patience.
I gave them this picture and this picture, which is me, and I am wearing a shirt. I put like the fake tattoo paper on to see if I wanted it in that placement. And this is 7 inches long, and so is this. This is 4 words, and I also said I would like this to be traced over because some of the words are not connected, and it's very light. For reference, the girl who did this, she was relatively new, and it took her a half an hour. It was so painfully slow. And this one, somebody else did it, and it took 10 minutes of tattooing, needle to skin, 10 minutes. So for this, and to trace over this existing tattoo, I was quoted 4 hours and $500. Now, I know that a lot of artists will like book over and then charge.
Okay, that is probably too much money. But there's a few things in here that are just like a sign of like where we are in tattoo, TikTok stuff. A lot of times people hop into tattooing and they're like, start saying things that they just have no clue about. And obviously I'm referencing the girl that we just watched before, and now we're talking about this girl who's equally ignorant to a lot of things in tattooing. But they oftentimes, okay, look, she has this small word phrase thing on her right hand, and she goes like, this took 10 minutes, and this word across my arm took 30 painfully long minutes. And you're like, hey dude, Comparing a small little tattoo here to a slightly larger tattoo here they're not comparable things, okay? It's like talking about digging a hole in clay versus digging a hole in sand, okay? This tattoo is not painfully long for 30 minutes. 4 hours? Absolutely ridiculous, okay? Good for you. You're aware that 4 hours is probably too long for a cityscape across the arm and a little touch up on the bottom part. But like you're talking crap about a person who took 30 minutes on a tattoo. Dude, come on. Give that person a break. You don't know anything about tattoos, and you don't know how long tattoos should take. Now, if you want to complain about the price, feel free, okay? You're the consumer. That's the part of it that you actually do have control over. They tell you a price, you say yes, no. That's it. You're in control of that part. But you think 30 minutes is too long for a band tattoo? Come on, get out of here. My point with this girl is that some people will find anything to complain about even when they don't understand what they're complaining about. Look, I'm probably good at that too. In fact, do I complain a lot? I'm trying to think. I probably complain a fair amount. Like I'm a little bit of a complainy cunt, but I probably don't complain that much. Like in comparison to this, like take me to a restaurant, dude. If there's food I don't like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't care. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, I don't know. People talking about stuff they literally know nothing about always gets me a little riled up. Again, if a client wants to talk about the price, feel free. If you want to talk about why a tattoo took 30 minutes when it should have taken 30 minutes, you're just dumb. You're just dumb. You don't know anything. And, I don't start criticizing pilots when we have a little bit of turbulence. I'm like, you should really go into the wind. Like, what do I know? What do I know? On to the next. Or, that's it. Bye.